Hey all, welcome back to the channel. So, this is going to be a little bit of a longer form of the behind the scenes of going to that press press release, because a short is limited to 3 minutes and I left a whole bunch of stuff out. I wanted to go in some detail. So I got a phone call from DMV/DOT, basically saying the Dairyland was invited to have someone come represent us at this, and basically it was last minute. We really couldn't tell anybody because it was supposed to be very, very hush-hush, and it was. So it's also Minuteville Day, downtown Madison, so that plays a lot of factors. I contacted the president. He agreed that I could go, and I should because I'm the one coordinating with DMV right now. So Dairyland got to go and be represented at this press release, and I thought it was due to the new butter plate coming out, but I wasn't told because it was pretty hush-hush. So unfortunately I was having a bit of anxiety over this, just because how important, you know, having a good relationship with the DMV and DOT is for the club, and we want to really maintain that and to do a really good job documenting this so we could have a really good newsletter article. So I get there early because, you know, I'm a little anxiety. I don't want to be late, don't want to be too early, that kind of thing. So I go in and I run into Mark, who was the photographer who came up with Hope from the Journal Sentinel, and that kind of eased my anxiety a little bit. So I get there and there's like 4 news cameras set up already. I'm like, oh, this is going to be interesting. I thought it was going to be something kind of smaller and more nonchalant. So as people started filing in and the news started to get everything set up, so it was top officials from DOT, DMV, and BSE. Like, oh, okay, that kind of added my nerves there. And thankfully Mark he's either got a wonderful personality that kind of reduces people's anxiety, or he's really good at reducing people's anxiety by kind of talking to them and getting their mind off the stuff. So he was a bit chatty. It was really good to have him there. And then Hope was there too, and I talked to her about where socials would be for the Journal Sentinel and all that, since I don't follow a lot of news organizations. And then about 2 minutes before it started, I was told the governor was going to be there. What? So on cue, he comes from probably the back, back door somewhere. So he was there with his staff, and was quite. I wasn't expecting that. Let's put it that way. So as things progressed, I found out it was for the new butter plates and the blackout plates. So that's fantastic. But I was so nervous. At one point, I forgot Laura's name. If you don't know, Laura is the plate room supervisor, where they ship out all the plates and all that. And yeah, that wasn't my finest moment. Gratefully, I didn't forget my own name, but I probably would have preferred that at that point, because Laura's great. So is Jeremy. So my goal is to write up a really in-depth article for the Wisconsin. That's the Dairyland newsletter. If no one actually pays attention to that name, that's what it's actually called. That will come out in the February issue. So it has some room, so I can do a really good write-up. Photos from the event, photos of the plates, whole 9 yards. This was really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the club, I think. Apparently, what Jeremy said is in the days of the butter base, the club had some involvement and was at the presentation. I need to go back to older newsletters and see if that was documented. I really hope so, because that'd be really cool to read and find out. But I really wanted to thank DOT and DMV from the bottom of my heart, and for the club for letting us be there, getting in the story, seeing everything. Jeremy introduced me to a lot of people unfortunately, I'm really bad with names, especially the pronouncing part. So they're going to be down in the description. And they were fantastic to meet, and I really was able to listen to the presentation. And so yeah, sorry, it's a lot. I'm rambling a little bit, but let's see here. Sorry, looking at my notes here. So I'm going to share some photos, either probably in between while I'm talking or at the end. So Terry, I think her last name is Walsh, if I'm pronouncing it right, was wonderful enough to take some photos. So there's a photo of me holding both of the plates, and then when I was kind of standing in with all the news organizations, which is fantastic. And then I'll drop in photos of the group photo with the governor and them holding the plates. And then hopefully in another couple videos, I'll kind of break apart the segments, like the intro videos, and have like a short, all that, all kind of hammered out, nice and neat. So if people want to just go and see what the governor said, or see the Secretary of Transportation, and there was one more title, and I forgot. He's the first one to talk. He's the administrator, I think, of the DMV, but don't quote me on that. Look at the description, because I'll have the correct information. So yeah, got any questions? Want to know more? Always welcome to ask questions here. Leave a comment, reach me out on other social media platforms, or come to the museum. I'll talk about it, so hopefully I won't bore you. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.